Good morning. Welcome to Donald Motors Electrical Services. And I'm going to make a video for helpers again. Alright. Helpers and anyone entering into this trade. This trade owes you nothing. You do not deserve anything. This trade can give you the world, but it owes you nothing, all right? And you need to understand what I'm talking about if you're entering into this trade, all right? If you're entering into this trade, okay, and you think you can sit back and you deserve something, like this trade deserves anything from, like you deserve something from this trade, you're never going to get it. At least you'll never get it from me or any respectable mechanic. All right? You earn everything you get out of this trade. Only what you put forth into it is what you will get in return. Okay? And I want to reiterate this because this is so important that you understand. So I had a meeting with one of my helpers this morning. And he's on his way out. All right, he's coming up on. I don't want to say he's not even made it to 90 days, and I can tell his it's his mentality. It's what he thinks he deserves. It's his mentality that is causing him to lose his job. It's not personally. He's a nice guy. Doesn't have the same views I have, but he's a nice guy. His worst mentality is he puts the cart before the horse. All right. So I was asked. So he wants more money, and it always comes down to helpers is they want more money. Okay. The fact of the matter is though they don't want to work for that money. They think that this mechanic or that mechanic's making money. The company's making money. So they just think like, whoa, money. Like, let me get some money from the money tree. It doesn't work that way. So this guy, so I started to tell him like, he's on a razor's edge. Like he has his job, but he's like right there to almost losing it. And it's almost like once a week that we're having this conversation with him. So I ask him, and I'm like, why don't you wake up an hour early? Instead of like, and I asked him what so your daily disciplines, like your habits, your daily rituals, is what's going to decide if you become a good mechanic or a bad mechanic, okay? The good mechanics and like the good apprentices, they know their daily ritual affects their mentality on a job, their personality, like every day, all right? So I ask him, I'm like, why don't you wake up a half an hour early, okay, and wake up 1 hour before you're supposed to be, 1 hour before you leave your house to go to work, all right? Because right now his ritual is a half an hour that before he leaves, he wakes up. So he's rushed. He doesn't get out of the door on time. He barely makes it to he actually gets a ride with another mechanic. So he barely makes it to the mechanic's house before the mechanic. So the mechanic's getting pissed off. He's being nice enough to give the guy a lift. So the mechanic just leaves. He's like, hey, if you're not there, you're not there. I'm not waiting anymore. So this helper thinks he's entitled to this ride, and he's getting upset that this guy's not waiting for him. Never offers the mechanic money. So right off the bat, if you're getting a ride from someone, offer him money every week. Even if he says, no, don't worry about it, I know you're a helper and you don't make money, offer. Okay, it'll go a long way. All right, so let's go back to this guy's sleeping habits, because that's the very beginning of his daily rituals. So I asked him, like, why don't you get up a whole hour early? That way you have an hour to wake up, you're not rushed, you can get on the road, you can be 10 minutes early because the mechanic is asking him to be 10 minutes early. That's all. That way, if there is an issue, he can call and no one's running late that day. And this is the best response here. So the helper says, I'm not being compensated enough to wake up an hour early. So, just a word to the wise. If you ever want to be compensated enough, okay, you have to put forth the effort first for a long time sometimes. So if you're making helper's rate and you're expecting to be compensated before you put effort in, it's not going to happen. It'll never happen. I never will pay anyone before seeing what they're worth. Why would I pay someone more when I don't see any effort now? Okay, if you want to excel in the electrical trade, you have to put forth the effort. I mean, put forth what we want to see is someone giving it their all, not holding back. If you're holding back, then why would we ever compensate you further? Why would we ever give you money? What? Oh, okay, so we don't know how good you really are. Okay. It just sounds stupid. It doesn't even make sense. Okay. But there's guys out there that are like, hey, I'm only making $15 an hour. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Well, that's why I own my company and they don't. It's not hard to figure this out, guys. It's so simple. If you put forth your effort, okay, put forth it all. I mean, like, go to bed early, wake up early, pack a healthy lunch, you know, pay attention to your mechanics. Like, literally, give it your all. Like, if you're an electrician, or if you're striving to be an electrician, strive with everything you got. All right, and I guarantee you, if you do that, mechanics will respect you more. You'll be given more responsibility on a site. And the moment you're given more responsibility and you're able to handle that responsibility without making excuses, without bitching and moaning, without, you know, the guys that are doers, the guys that can get a task done, that don't complain about it and say, what's next? They're the ones I throw money at. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I have a mechanic right now. I give more money than we agreed upon a price for him. But every week I'm giving him more money. Why? Because he goes above and beyond. Like, the guy, like, is a workhorse. Like, I ask him to do something, he gets it done. Next thing you know, he's teaching a kid. Like, he's teaching one of the helpers. He doesn't have to teach him, but he's trying to get this helper not to be a child anymore. So he's not only doing his job, he's going above and beyond. So of course I gotta help him out. Like, he's doing more, I gotta give him more. Like, it's even. All right, and most of the time, if you have a good business owner, business owners will take care of the guys that make them money. And you know, if you're working for a guy that isn't compensating you, and you truly are like putting in the extra effort, and it's not being recognized, go somewhere else. Just go somewhere else. Like, there's plenty of business owners out there, and if you're that good of an electrician, you should be recognized. You should be compensated for that. You know, the guys that are on my team, I compensate if their work is quality, they don't take shortcuts, they're on time, and I can value the words they tell me. I can trust them. If they tell me, Don, this is going to be tough, it's going to be tough. If they tell me the customer's very happy, the customer's very happy. If they tell me the customer's upset, customer's upset. I got to figure out why. I got to call the customer. I got to figure out where there was a lack of communication. The moment I can't trust a mechanic, okay, is the moment he leaves. If I can't trust my mechanics, I have to let them go. My mechanics are my reputation on these sites, okay? So helpers, when you're building your name in this trade, you don't want to create a barrier between you and management. You want to openly communicate with management. The ones that openly communicate and help grow the business are the ones that are going to have a long-lasting relationship with that company. There isn't this labor versus office feud a lot of times. Like some people like build up this imaginary feud between the office and the workers, and that's not how it's supposed to be. You guys are supposed to be working together to achieve a common goal. And when everyone works together, the money is supposed to be distributed correctly. All right? And that's how it was with me. And that's how I was raised in this trade. I was raised by some really, really like mean guys. But they were mean because they were expecting a certain amount from me. And when I didn't achieve that amount, they put me in line. All right? And the number one thing is they said always overachieve than what you're paid for. Always. If you want to make more money in this trade, you have to put forth the effort 6 weeks, 6 months sometimes. Like sometimes I would bust my ass as if I was making like 300 a day when I was only making 200. For 6 months though. Not like I did it for a week being like, hey, give me more money. Didn't work that way. Like you kind of have to wait until management sees the profitability of you, and then you can compensate and be like, hey, listen, like I'm busting my butt and I'm making you guys money. I want it in return, and it'll follow. It might take some time, but it'll follow. And then you don't go backwards though. The moment you get to the next level, you strive to get to the next level. So you're always you're climbing the ladder of education and knowledge. And then that way, you become a better mechanic and a better mechanic and a better mechanic. And, sooner or later, the company is either going to, one, offer you a percentage of ownership to keep you, wish you the best of luck of you starting your own business, okay? Or the third one, bring you inside, bring you into management, give you incentives to stay. At least the guys that are profitable to them. So these helpers that don't have they want more money and they want more money. This trade owes you absolutely nothing. You have no value to the trade. You haven't created value for yourself yet. And stop asking for handouts, okay? Put on your boots and start climbing the ladder, okay? Because every helper, no matter who they are, no matter how, doesn't matter if it's the owner's son, it doesn't matter if you had all this electrical schoolwork. Everyone starts on the bottom rung, and you climb your way up. And the only way to do it is through hard work, period. You can't fake it. Well, you can fake it. Like, you might be able to fake like the first couple rungs, but your personality is going to be exposed. You can only lie so many times. You can only be fired by so many jobs until people figure you out. And usually, like mechanics that come work for me, within 2 weeks, you're not staying. It's just the way it is. There's a lot of shitty mechanics in this trade. There's a lot of mechanics that don't know the fundamental rules, okay? And, as soon as they come in here, I tell them what's going on. I don't watch them. I go and I inspect their work. Or I give them little minor tests. Like I send them to a friend of mine's house and I might have my friend watch them. I've been in this trade for 18 years. Do you know how many customers I have that are still my customers every day? Like a good customer, I'll call up and be like, hey dude, this is a new guy. I'm sending him over, watch him. And they will. I'm like, dude, that guy sucks. Like, you need to get rid of him. And we usually do. So, helpers, that's the meal ticket. Put your boots on, bust your butt, be a decent apprentice. And, I have other apprentice videos. You can watch them. They're more advice for you. I'm just trying to help you out. All right? Thanks for watching. God bless. Take care.